Live now. Apologize for the delay. Technical issues, as you can tell. We're going to kick it off with "It's What Brings Me to You," and you are being. This is what the it factor here is, right? Yeah, we're live on YouTube as well as Facebook. I hope. This is Andrew Love Live, and we're talking all things music. If it's pertinent in any way, you have any questions concerning music or songwriting in particular during this particular segment of our show, we're focusing on songwriting right now and getting some basics, getting to the basics of songwriting. And I'm gonna play a couple songs for you here, but let's do a recording off our right here. This is my CD here. This is Andrew Love Live. Actually, Andrew Love. This is Andrew Love Live. This is Andrew Love the CD. Okay, yeah, and this is love. Okay, so get it? This, me, I, O, you. No, this is love, and I'm Andrew Love. Okay, so this is Andrew Love Live. This is Andrew Love. This is Love the CD. There's a lot of love in the room right now, man. I can just feel the love. Okay, can you feel the love? That's what I need to know. Is can you feel the love? And if you can't, dive in all the way. Come on, come a little further. Anyhow, so listen to this song here. This song was written for my wife here, and I'm going to tell you, Don did a bang job on the production of this. Of course, listen to the guitars by Mr. Batista himself, and of course, I can't call the bass on this one, but this is a fantastic guitar, and the melody. We're going to be speaking about melody today. Okay, so listen to the melody of this, and if you're a musician, great. You know all about rhythm and melody and all that. Really, the staples of songwriting, and you could stop right there. But there are other factors that you got to consider. But listen to this song here. It's What Brings Me to You off of "This Is Love" by Andrew Love right here. So let's go ahead and get this one plugged in here and see if we can go ahead and get it up and going. And I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but here we go. Yeah. All right. How we doing out there? Yeah. Looks like I'm a little red here.
Shining brighter with every day.
Yeah.
Gonna do what some say can't be done. Gonna give it all away. So brings me to you. Take a long time for me, yeah. Brings me to you. I'm feeling stronger with every minute. You're the better part of me.
Apologize for that.
Keeps me hanging on. Don't know where I'm gonna be, but I'll be right where you are. So it brings me to you. It's what brings me to you. I no longer want to live alone, not for another man. You made my life worth living. Living's better with you in it. And there's a light in the far horizon, shining brighter with every day. Do what some say can't be done, gonna give it all away. So it brings me to you. Took a long time for me to get. Brings me to you. I'm feeling stronger with every minute. You're the better part of me that keeps me hanging on. Don't know where I'm gonna be, but I'll be right where you are. It's the way you do. Things you do makes me want to say, both me and you, whatever comes our way. So it brings me to you. So it brings me to you. It took a long time for me to get. It brings me to you. I'm feeling stronger with every minute. You're the better part of me.
You feeling stronger?
Keeps me hanging on.
Check.
I'm gonna be, but I'll be right where you are. It's what brings me to you. It's what brings me to you.
All right. How about that, huh? Hey, everybody. Doing okay out there, man? Huh? Wait a minute. That wasn't supposed to be funny, Well, actually, I'm supposed to be hearing some cheering, some clapping. Oh, well, there we go. Well, there we go. All right. There we go. Okay. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Settle down now. Don't get carried away. I know. Well, it's good, but I don't know if it's that good. That's what she said, right? I mean, come on. Did she say so? Here's a little time capsule right here. Time waits for no man, right? What did I say was so engaging and funny? You guys just went nuts out there. Wow. Okay, well, listen, thank you, and welcome to the show. This is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025, in case you have forgotten. If you're living in 24, you need to jump on over to the other side, break on through kind of to the other side kind of thing. But Andrew Love Live, I'm here to promote this record here, let you know that we have a record out. Also want to turn that volume up a little bit there. Thank you, Tito. But thank my engineer, Tito, here. He's my imaginary friend. And this record right here has 12 songs on it. We aren't stocking those on our website, but we will be, okay? So you can go to the website and hear a few of the songs that we have on here. They're on places like Facebook. I think there's a video of Nothing's Impossible, one of the songs I'm about to play for you live. And then, excuse me, but then there's, I think we're on YouTube right now. I think so. We're on 2 different platforms. First time to be multi-platforming on Facebook Live and YouTube. Now, I don't know if Facebook's getting it because I couldn't find a place for the streaming key. So, as I grow, I guess I'm going to get to know where all this stuff is. But until then, just suffer through. Level up, as they say. Level up. Level up, boys and girls, because it's Andrew Love time. And level up, huh? How about level up, huh? Yeah. So it's Andrew Love Live time, and, I got you for a couple hours, and, you can go ahead and grab you some coffee or some whatever, tea, whatever you like, and, of course, you know me. I do like that tea, and so as well as the coffee. But so who we are Andrew Love Live, and I've decided to kick off a little live feed here now. I'm doing a live feed instead of a pre-recorded show, only because I think that live is live. You can't beat live. You can't beat live. Okay. Pre-recordings are edited. You got stuff that's cut out, I understand what it's all about. Okay. But, look, I'm just going to be me. I'm going to learn to be me right in front of you on camera right here. And what's going to happen? I got these glasses on because, I'm not really, I haven't acquired the ability yet to look at this little light that's called the camera eye. Look into the camera eye. Oh, look into my eye. So I wear these glasses here to kind of shield that a little bit, and I'm able to look around here, and you can probably see my head moving to and fro. But yeah. So anyhow, I feel that live is just funner. It's funner for me. I think that engaging once I figure this out and I tell you how to do it and you want to do it, you want to hang in with me, you're able to text or even come online, come on the show as a guest, as a featured guest. I just love that. I love the idea. And now it's possible right here. Technology has made it possible right here where you can be in New Guinea. Now, I'm not quite sure where that's at on the planet, but you can be there and get through to me right here, right now, okay? Africa, okay? I mean, you can be in Paris. You can be in who knows, wherever you want to be. You can be in the bathroom. What's that song that he sings? There's a bathroom on the right. Yeah, something like that. Anyhow, I'm not quite sure, but how that goes. But yeah, so you can be anywhere you like. and we're going to be talking all things music here. Now, a friend of mine, I didn't get to even see the post, but she said to me, she said, why are you talking about all this other stuff other than music? Okay, other than music. Just, if it's all things music, then we need to be talking music. Can you hear me a little better now? I'm kind of moving the mic around a little bit. And I believe she has a valid point. So I'll try to stay within the parameters of all things concerning music. But that means I'm going to open up another podcast someplace along the way, because I got to do that in order to argue with you people over politics, religion, and the current affairs of the day. So we can get to all that at another point in time. I do know that I'd want to cover, and speaking of current affairs, is boy, how about those football games, huh? I mean, real quick. I know. Listen, hey. Listen, I'm sure there's 1,000 sports songs out there. Okay, speaking of, look, I mean, you could just go on and on. CCR talking about, playing baseball, and I haven't really written a sports song yet, though. Maybe we can do that here. I don't know, but anyhow, sports. Yeah, we got the Eagles playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. It's going to be on February 9th, I believe, in New Orleans, as they say, Nolans, down there in that neck of the woods. I have some great Cajun coon ass friends, okay? They're my family. They're my second family. Gene Zeller, Barry, Billy, and Everett, and all of their beautiful family. I do love y'all, and I'm thinking of you, always, of course, as I do all my friends, and I speaking of that note, if you're a friend, then that makes you family, okay? Because as my professor says, and I love saying it, and I've said it over and over to many of my friends, friends are family that we get to choose, okay? And friends, you're family that if you decide to choose me back, well, guess what? Now we're mutual friends, which makes us family, and a brother and a sister. So, So anyhow, I'm looking at this. Boy, I missed it by a long shot here. I did pick the Chiefs to win, and I did pick the Eagles to win. So I got the wins right, the W's right. But wow, I don't know. I wasn't too far off on this Chiefs-Bills game. My prediction was 31-27, and the score was 32-29. Now go figure. I didn't think I was that close. Hey, I'll tell you what. We need something. Okay, give me a drum roll or something. Come on. I mean, that's just fantastic. That's can I get? Hey, thank you. And the cymbals go nuts. But there you go. And then the Eagles. Well, there's where I missed it. Okay, 28-24. Wow, those Eagles look tough. I hate to say it. I really hate to say it. And I know you Eagles fans are diehard bunch of football junkies, but I can say this, one fine day, the Cowboys will return, okay? And we don't know when that day is going to be, whether it's in this lifetime or the next, but they will return. And until then, we have to live with it. And I got to give you credit. You got a team out there, okay? Hurts looked great. Wow, what about your, I can't even, block certain things out, but your running back there, what's it now? Come on, okay, we know who I'm talking about, back there. He just exploded, and they have a really great team, a good offensive, defensive line, so congratulations to all you Eagles fans. That really kind of, hurt, in a laughing kind of way, you know what I'm saying? So anyhow, I just want to say, congratulations to you guys, all you Chiefs fans, all you Eagles fans. We're looking forward to a good game. While I'm at it, this is going to be a tough one here. I'm going to call until somebody takes the Chiefs off the top of the, the mountain, after the mountaintop, I'm going to go with the Chiefs, and I'm going to call this game Chiefs and the Eagles. I'll tell you, the Eagles are strong, and they're going to be tough to beat. But this is going to be a defensive game, and yet offensive fight. I'm going to go 28-25 Chiefs, and just simply because primarily, I really can't see myself picking the Eagles. And if I did, I'd probably not pick anybody at all. My buddy, my tattoo artist, they're Detail Dave in Missoula, Montana. Why don't we just go ahead and give it up for Missoula? I'll tell you, if you've ever been to Missoula, Montana, let's just give a big round of applause for the people, and for the people there in Missoula, Montana. They're probably fighting the snow pretty good. Go ahead and give it up for them. Yeah, there you go. Missoula. Detail Dave. Detail Dave has done all my artwork and all my, ink here. And as you can see, I got this. He just threw it on. I'll tell you, he did not short me any ink, and I got the ink to prove it. All right, and so I miss Dave and his wife Brenda. I hope if you get around to hearing the show here, kudos, and I miss and love you both and all your family. And I know you're doing great over there. So congratulations. The thing is, Dave's a big elephant fan. I think I brought him an elephant. Well, Roll Tide, right? I'm a Tide guy, but I can say he's a big elephant guy, but he's also an eagle guy. Okay, and look, I gotta say here, I'm gonna get me a pen that works. I gotta say, I'm with you all the way on the elephants, man. Roll Tide, but on the Eagles, Dave, you know how I have to, I'm living in denial. I understand that, and I'm sure you'll point it out, but nonetheless, anyhow, 28-25 Chiefs, I'm gonna take the over no matter where they put it, just because you can't go back if you go under, right? You're stuck after they pass you up, so you're there. All things music. Andrew Love. Listen, the website's up and going. Like I said, you can go to andrewlovemusic.com, and you can listen to a few of the songs that we have there, other than the ones that I have here that I'm playing for you. And I'm going to go ahead and we're talking about songwriting in particular, okay? All things music right now, and you can punch in anything you like. If you want to text it over, you can text me, or you can just let me know if you want to get in on the conversation, actually, and we'll get you in on the conversation here. So, but right now what we're doing is we're kicking it off probably with one of the most complex yet the simplest things that there are when it comes to music. Okay, and as you'll see, there's two rules that I have when it comes to songwriting that I personally, and I gotta say, I have violated both of these laws. And I'm not going to say rules. I'm going to say laws. I break rules. I can't break laws anymore. I'm an outlaw, but I'm an in-law also. So I can't do that. Here, hang on a minute here. Let me get off that. I got people tripping on me here. There we go. Even though you have these laws and these fundamentals that that we go by, okay, they are the outline, they are the guidelines. They're like the bumpers on the side of your bowling alley. How many love those? I hate throwing gutters. I'm just gonna say I don't mind them, but that's what music is. The foundations of music, foundational music theory, basically, is just that. It keeps us in the in between the lines. Okay, stay in your lane, kind of thing. And then what we're able to do is take that and work with that. Okay, and so the two laws are the two basics that I apply. I try to apply to everything, which amounts to not getting very far in many of my songs. and many people have to fall into this category, is first, do not settle, okay? Don't settle. Don't settle on the lyric. Don't settle on the chord progression. If it doesn't sound right to you, how do you think it's going to sound to somebody else, right? So don't settle. And the other one, and I'm going to touch on these now, but we'll get into them here in a little while in the show. And the other one is keep it simple and keep it real. And more than anything else, I would say keep it fun, okay? If you're not having a good time, well, what are you doing? Okay, you need to go skiing, right? I mean, keep it simple. I'm going to write that down, keeping it real, right? Because we want to keep things real. Whether you're making up a hypothetical, right? Whether you're hypothesizing on a song, or this is why couldn't my life be like this? Okay, write a song about this. That I don't know what the it is, and it's what brings me to you. I left that up for the listener to decide. Okay, it's what brings me to you. When I wrote that song for Corey, listen. I apologize for this here. I don't know what this is doing, but I'm sending them all to voicemail. I hope it's not my fans and my friends and my family calling in right now, because I'm yeah. Well, there we go. No wonder I got nobody calling. Anyhow, if you're not having fun, you can make up that hypothetical, right? You can make up that hypothetical, just that ideal life that you wanted, that you thought, listen, you can live that in your mind. You can live that out through the song that you write, through your story, right? Tell your story. You got to tell your story, okay? Okay. What is it? What does it say? Speak your truth. Okay. Tell your story. Okay. And you can tell your story. You can sing your story. Okay. And of course, you know what? That becomes your purpose. Okay. Now you've reignited your purpose in your own story or your own song. Okay. We speak song language here. Okay, that's what we're doing here. The universal language of music, right? And that's what we're doing. The universal language of music, right here, baby. And you gotta love that. And I'm trying to get everything, branded properly. It's going to take some time, but we'll get there. In the meantime, I thought, well, we talk so much about songwriting. Then and I hadn't yet played you a song. Now, you might hold it against me in the long run, but I'm going to play a song or two in this session here, and these are original songs, okay, and they're songs that I had. Well, I can only take the credit for writing the song, and I had the best talent in the world around me, so every day I give it up for them, and every time I listen to this. But I'm going to sing a couple, if not a few songs for you today, and we'll listen to that because we're talking melody. And what is melody? Now that we're there again, right? Melody basically is a succession of pitches. Okay, it's just a succession of pitches. It's a combination of pitches. Okay, and pitch. What is pitch? Well, pitch is frequency. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Frequency or hertz. Okay, the higher the pitch, the higher the hertz. Okay, I forget what middle C is on the piano, but it's 260 in that range. I know somebody's gonna throw a shoe and break their screen and blame it on me for being so wrong, but I believe I'm in the area. It's been a while since I've been in a theory class. Nonetheless, melody, moving back to the sweetness of melody. I love melody. It's something that I really used to put my whole heart into. Now rhythm has become my little baby, my little music baby. If I had another kid, I'd probably name it Rhythm. And the next one, Blue. No, probably not. But anyhow, rhythm and melody kind of go hand in hand when it comes to songwriting. And we're going to get into rhythm. But today is melody, and you probably will tiptoe off into the tulips of rhythm, because I just can't see going into one without the other. It's difficult to comprehend. You really got to have rhythm when you got melody. But there's so many different things that fly in the face of what you should do and shouldn't do. Okay, it's all up to you to do what you want to do, and that's to tell your story in a musical way through a song. And melody helps us do that through the fluctuation of the ups and downs of pitches, the highs and the lows. Okay, and then you can get into different areas like key signatures. So minor key. If you're down in Molly Grubbs, or you're in a tough spot. Okay, and believe me, I've written many songs in the tough spot. I know this with minor keys, right? And of course though. The challenge that I guess I might have that I haven't done, I got to think about this one, is writing a happy song in a minor key. It's got to be done. I'm sure somebody's got them out there. I'm just not recognizing those. Anyway, so you got minor and major key signatures, okay, and the major keys are happy. Let's go out and and chat. That's a beautiful day key, and the minor keys they bring it home sadly. Okay, so you're going through a separation or a difficult time and whatnot. Minor keys probably would portend to that situation, but major keys, you know what? Switch over to that major key, right? If you're down on your luck, or if you're down, kick it over into that major key, right? Find a major key. Whichever key you might, like A, B, G is what you see, right? Listen, so many songs that can be written in 3 chords, and I know I probably play the most just because of my limited ability. That's why I bring in the best musicians, but to play for me. But nonetheless, G will get you there. Okay, G major. Okay. Gets me there, okay, and then D, of course, and E. You want to get down in E and get off into so much stuff. So there's so much to talk about when it comes to music. But the main thing is, in this segment of the show, when we're talking all things music, we're specifying and we're dialing in right now on songwriting. So you, who have not ever played a musical instrument, can sit down there with your guitar or at the keyboard, okay, and feel comfortable playing whatever it is you like, okay. And we're talking melody. Last week we did talk about genre, and that's important. I think it's vitally important to, basically establish your musical identification, okay, and that's what genre is. It kind of gets you where do you gravitate to? Your style of music, your type of music. That's your genre, and then within that genre, okay, you kind of groove, right? You kind of, that's what you're adapted to. Who knows? Your body kind of physiologically is engrafted in that way. We don't know. I mean, there's so much we don't know about things. I know everyone likes to think they know it all, but I can say this. I can say that you gravitate to what you love. Who you love, right? Who you love. I'm not going to say who your daddy is, but who you love. So the point is, yeah. So I don't know where that Tito. Are you over there? Yeah, he's over there somewhere. Let me see. Tito, are you over there? Let's see here. I'm gonna see if he's over there. Here, wait a minute. Come on, Tito. Give me some transitional love. Oh, what was that? Dude, stop already. Good grief, man. All right, whatever. Anyhow, yeah. So that's what we're talking about. All things music, and today is melody, which is that arrangement of pitches that create the inevitable hook, if you will, when you get to that part of the song. But it's also at the very beginning, and it's also it flows throughout the whole song, with or without lyrics. Okay, no, you don't have to. You don't have to pull this thing a little further. Yeah, you don't have to have lyrics to have a melody. Matter of fact, it doesn't. It's basically a melody is two chords. It's a chord with a different note put in it. Inject another from a D to a D7. That's a transition. Okay, and so that's melody. Melody is going from one pitch to another, up or down, up, down, all around. Okay, you got step melodies and you got leap type melodies, and anyhow, we'd get into that. But really, honestly, all that aside, that's why I wanted to avoid all that. Keeping it simple is a staple of mine, and I want to keep songwriting simple for you. So, I mean, with that in mind, I mean, look, well, where's my? Let me see. I don't know if I'll even use this pick on this or not, but I do want to get into, just a song here. And check, testing 1, 2. Everybody hear me out there? Yep. The song's called Love is Impossible. And I wrote this because I believe that. I'm actually living proof of that. Much to many's dismay. Here we go. It always will feel like I can walk on. It all makes me feel I can rise from these flames. Love makes me feel like I can live forever. Your love makes me feel like I can see through these walls. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Your love makes me feel like I can climb the highest mountain. Your love makes me feel like I can learn to love again. Yeah. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. You see behind the veil, into the darkness, walk with me through the hell of my pain. You see beyond the frail of my weakness, and I wanna run away, still you remain. We can learn to love together. We can love, we can live. We can live in peace together. We can do anything. We can dare to dream together. We can be the change our world together. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing's impossible. Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you very much. All right. All right, everybody. I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you kindly. That was very nice of you. Appreciate that. There it is. Yeah. Woo. All right. You had to think about that one, didn't you? Yeah. Well, excuse me. Okay. Well, that's Nothing's Impossible. By the way, I know you know where I'm going with that. So that is number 3 on the sleeve here. Actually, probably going to be number 4, but that's on this record right here. This is Love by Andrew Love, and you can actually see a video with that song if you go to andrewlovemusic.com and punch the YouTube button there right above the pictures that you'll see. But I'll tell you, the Harmon family. Boy, what a great musical family. I just got to give it up for them, and what a fabulous bunch. They really stepped up, and of course Jerry Batista on guitars, along with none other than the great Don Gunn on percussion and drums. Of course, he just put the beat down on that song and put the hammer down on that beat, and it really made it a fun time playing that. And but that song came to me, Nothing's Impossible. I told you last week. I love reading the Bible, and I love the fact that God loves me in spite of who I am. Okay, and but the point being there is, the angel came down and said to Mary, "With God, all things are possible." And I believe that. I'm just, dumb enough, or you can call it spiritual enough, you can call it ridiculous enough, however you perceive that. I don't care. Okay, I happen to believe every word of the Bible is true, and I wrote a song about that, and I actually began that song with my wife in mind, because she rescued me from the dregs of a lot of things, and believe me, I was in a very bad way, and she's, God used her and helped me out, and I wrote the song "Nothing's Impossible" with my wife in mind. Your love makes me feel like, right? So think about the melody in that song, right? That's what we're talking about here, melody. Okay, where is the melody in that song? Well, I'm playing basically in that song. I'm playing what 1, 2. What's funny is you'd think a lot of songs sound like they're playing a lot of different chords, and of course now a lot do. Okay, many do, but many don't. I got a G going to the 5, the D going to the 6, and this is so common in many of my songs, actually. And you would you'd think, well, how can you do that? Isn't that copying? And no, it's not. You know why? Because listen, rhythm saves us. The beat saves us. Your voice saves us. Saves you. Your style, your song is yours. Okay, it's genuinely yours. When it's genuinely yours, you can feel confident and comfortable writing that song, and knowing that that song came from no place but God to me through my wife. Okay, and so it wasn't infringing on anyone else's stuff, and I don't worry about it anyway. Okay, hey, somebody wants to take me to court, good luck with that, because I ain't got much anyhow. What I do got, you probably, anyhow. The point being is this: I'm turning my timer over so I don't ramble over the same stuff. Point being is I go from a 1 to the 5 to the 6 to the 4. That's a common staple when it comes to progressions, and that's the verse. Okay, so you can just take both of those verses. Notice in structure how the second verse is actually cut in half from the first verse, and we'll get into that. That's a form of structure, or length, but nonetheless. And you go 1, 5, 6, 4 in the verse, and then you go from the 4 to the 6, down to the 6 to the 5. So 4, 6, 6, 5, which is C, E minor. Okay, well, in this case, I'm capoed up. Okay, so my key signature has changed. For those of you who don't know, that's what a capo is. Okay, guitar players, you can see how I have this. I'm actually in the key of B flat. Okay, and that carries with it a lot of natural changes. But I'm playing in a G shape. That means it's just like a G chord, open G shape. Makes it easier on me. So, okay, and you can have these different voicings up and down the neck of the guitar, just like you can up and down a piano or any musical instrument. Your voice, for that matter, is a musical instrument, by the way, in case you don't know. So, yeah, you can play. You have an instrument. Everybody can play an instrument. It's called their voice. Some you like hearing more than others, but nonetheless, in this case, breaking it down in a G shape, I'm playing G, D, E minor, C, C to E minor, and E minor to D. Really, that's the whole song. Okay, that's it. And then we have the anthem at the end of the song. You heard elements of this song that are in most songs that we will be talking about here. And it's going to be basically intro. Okay, we have an intro where your love makes me feel like I can walk on water, right? And then comes the music. Okay, which is then comes the texture comes in, the mix, the recipe comes in, right? Like I can rise from these flames, right? And it comes in on the second phrase right there. But so you got a little bit of an intro, okay? Not much, and you don't need much of an intro. There's a saying, don't bore us. Get to the chorus, and it's legit. Don cut out. I mean, he did surgery on every one of my songs, and every one of those songs, and I'm sure everybody's grateful for this, is shorter and better because of Don Gunn. Okay, my producer, as well as my beautiful friend and excellent drummer. Oh my goodness, percussionist. I would call him, a professional at every single level, except for the friendship. That's personal. Okay, he family. Okay, all right. Because friends are family, we get to choose, and I've chosen Don Gunn. And he can do what he wants, but he'll always be my family. And I'll never forget what he's done for me by helping me come out with this record. He introduced me to all these people, and he got all these people on board, like I told you about, who helped to master it, helped to manufacture the CD cover, the sleeve, and then packaging and everything, and all this stuff matters. It really, and then the musicians, of course. He cut it short. The intros, he did surgery on those. Got into the songs, and to the point where a couple of them was actually unrecognizable throughout the course of the song session, I guess you'd call it, recording session. But You Win Me Lose, I'm thinking of, Don, if you're out there and you're listening. He threw a drum beat in there, and when that beat comes in, it literally I jumped from the seat off the couch he has in his studio, and I leaped. I can think of verses. The baby leaped within Elizabeth, right? But it's the truth. When he put that beat in "You Win, We Lose," I had never heard that before. I even thought of anything like that, and it happens. through other people's ears. That's why you have a producer, okay? That's why you need to be working with and through others when your songwriting comes to that level, gets to that point, okay? Now you have the songs written, right? You have the songs written. You've maybe a song written. You just want to record one song, okay? Happens a lot. One song wonders. There's many of them. And listen, that one song could be the song, okay? That changes the world, as it says in Nothing's Impossible, right? You have that one song. You need to run that through somebody you musically trust, who's going to talk real to you, right? Okay, in an honest way, with the same dignity and respect. That Don is a man of he's an outstanding individual in that he treats everybody with respect and dignity, no matter what the case. And I can't imagine him not. I've never seen it happen, and up to this point, he's always treated me with respect and dignity, and I thank him for that. I thank you for that, buddy. And then, you have to get another set of ears on it, okay? As they say, brain surgeons don't perform brain surgery on themselves, right? I think about that, and I look at this and I said, well, my brain's already fried anyhow. So, it wouldn't do them any good. What are they going to do? Huh? But the point is, and all that is write your song and then find somebody, somebody good too. Somebody you can put that song to, and they will tell you the truth, and then go back and do what you got to do. But don't settle. And that's what you got, okay? You got this other set of ears, this producer, that's not going to allow you to settle, right? Okay? He hears something totally different than you do. I can tell you now. and he's probably heading in a different direction altogether. But you got to find somebody you trust with your baby. Your little baby song there, right? You're going to rock your baby, right? Rock your baby. Yeah, And if you ain't having fun with that, if you can't handle the truth, then, hey, write your songs and write as many songs as you want and you can, but keep them basically to yourself, and you'll be a happy camper, and you'll live happy, because I tell you, I wish I could, honestly. If you want to know the truth of the matter. Sit back here a minute. But the point is I wish I could sometimes settle when it comes to the lyric or when it comes to the progression in a song. And that's not going to happen, right? The melody's going to talk to me. The rhythm and the beat's going to talk to me. Every element of that song will be screaming at me by the time I finish it, okay? And you go back in, and what you hear. Okay. In this case, it's melody that we're talking about. So that I'm going from the one, which is the home note, okay, in the key, to the five. Okay. Well, resolving to a five, but we're not resolving there, are we? Because we're moving to the six, right? Okay. And then we're kicking off, bringing it back to the four. Very common chord progression, and you can take those four chords. Obviously, I'm adding the minor, and you can play many 3-chord songs. But these 4 chords you can change up and move around, up and down, all around. You can start in the minor and make it a minor key. It's the relative minor of G, etc. And you can just move those around magically almost, to create your own little musical universe within those 4 chords, okay? You can tell your story with those 4 chords. Don't need to be a professional guitar player to do it, okay? Not to write a song, okay? You need to know your story. You need to know what you're writing about. Yep, you need to know that, okay? And you know that. You're probably the only one who does. Okay, and listen, by the end of that song, or that story, if you will, right? That musical story, you're going to see a degree of who you actually are. It's like a reflection in the mirror, so to speak, of yourself. Okay? And it's going to put a smile on your face. Okay? No matter how sad it is, man, I tell you, there's a couple sad ones on here. I get to thinking about that. Not yesterday. That's the one I was. I might play that one for you here next. But yesterday's a sad song. Okay, it's a song about a couple, me and another, basically, who we saw it coming well before it happened, and I actually say that in the song. We were still together, yet we saw the end, and knew the end was coming. And we tried to deny it, tried to say, nope, but the inevitable happened, and we split. Okay, and so so I guess since I've spoke a little bit about it, I might go ahead with it and keep this thing in some fluidity, and I got some momentum going here. Let's see here. How about it? Would you, if you'd like to hear something like that song, why don't you tell me by either clapping or not clapping. Okay. Let's see. Oh wow. There we go. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take that as a. Well, I got to remember it. This is where I run into short-term memory loss. Yeah. So, but I've been thinking about you. But I don't know how to go. Caught up in the deceit. But you'd rather not say so. Maybe it's just my own thinking that you do this hard way. All I know is that I'm sinking deeper into yesterday. Yesterday when we were happy. Yesterday when we were true. Yesterday we were together. But today I'm missing you. We used to talk about forever. Take a trip together. Tell us never to say never. Does never always have to be. Oh, why does it, huh? And then we say how true. How we're never gonna leave. Leaving's all that we can do. Never all I never meant to be. It was never meant to be as a kid. Yesterday when we were happy. Yesterday we were true. Yesterday we were together. But today I'm missing you. We're still together, girl, and I'm missing you. How about that? Here we go. happily forever. It's the way it's supposed to be. I guess happily forever isn't my for you. Well, look now, pick yourself up off the floor now. There you go. That's yesterday. By the way, that is available on this record right here. And it has the most vital part, the melody line, if you will, in the form of a fiddle. That is by, let me see here, beautiful gal, Alicia Milner. Her and her husband. I know they're playing around. I want to give thanks to you, Alicia, and you're amazing on the fiddle. It's just brings me to tears when I hear it every time. If I let it, you got to control yourself, right? Yeah. So that's yesterday, and you see, you heard how the song ended, right? Okay, the melody. First of all. That melody was basically key of G, starting off on the 4, which is C, and ending though unresolved, if you will. And that's kind of the way it ended, right? And the melody kind of afforded that at the end. So we stopped it on the 5, didn't come back home to the 1, which is basically the G, and that's when we're talking about numbers and chords, it's what people like to call the Nashville number system, yeah, Nashville number system. Thank you very much. And but listen, it's just basically numbering the chords. Whatever key you're in, that becomes your 1, okay? So if you're in the key of D, it's your 1, okay? And your 2 would be E. And your 3, basically E minor, because your 2 and 3, we're talking major scales here. Your 2 and 3 in the key of D, of any major scale, are going to be minor, okay? And then you're going to have a major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7th, and then you go back to your major 1, okay? Home. You go back home. And that's what makes that happy key happy, right? But then again, not necessarily so. We never made it home, did we? We were still stuck we stopped on the 5. So we didn't finish that dance didn't finish, right? Not telling you now. So anyhow, there's so many different ways to put on display melody. Melody is that beautiful part of the song that you hear in your head, right? That you want to sing. You want to sing it out, okay? You don't want to get the melody out in the happy key. You don't want to get that out of most time. Well, I can't say that. I can't. I wish I could, but I can't. But melody is one of those things that just affords us the luxury of moving those pitches around, those notes, basically, right? We stopped on the 5, or on the D in that key of G, which is 5, and we stopped there. We didn't go home. It was unresolved. That's an unresolved, the tonic is another word for it, and don't want to confuse you with all the silly stuff, but nonetheless, so hope you like that. It is available, and you will get to hear Alicia Milner. I'm going to say Elisa. Okay, Elisa? I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. If I'm not, forgive me for it. But you will get to hear her on some incredible fiddle work she did throughout this whole record, by the way. I would say this record has every song almost, with the exception of a good few, graced by Elisa's fiddle playing. I Do, Song of Marriage. It's a happy song, okay? right? They're getting married, right? Everybody's happy, right? And she just plays it up. I tell you, Jerry does a great job on this song, on his solo. He actually closes the song with Jerry Batista with a guitar solo, and Elisa plays the first solo. There's two solos in this. Two solos in a few of these, actually. And so solos. What are we talking about? Solos. I'm not so low, man. No, that was Lolo Town, which is the first song on here. I'll play that one for you. I'm sure it's one of my faves. But solo is a lead. Okay, a lead. You hear? Oh, he did a lead. He's gonna play lead on that. There's your melody, right? Okay. But what he's doing with that melody is he's taking it over for a portion of the song, and he can do whatever he's going to do with it. Okay, he can do whatever he wants with it as long as he stays within. And you don't even have to stay within the key signature. I mean, the bottom line is you've heard some of the greatest musicians, get out of key, step out. Okay, just step out of key. They modulate or jump up a half a note or down a half a note. Ba 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 ba. They move it up or down either way. They can slide that key signature. They can manipulate it either way, right? So to create that's to create a new enhanced melody for you, or you can do that for them. I'm just going to keep, because I want to keep you as the songwriter, right? You is, I said as, but now I'm saying is, because you is the songwriter. Throw some erotic in on that. Yeah, brother, sister. I grew up in Dallas. I grew up in the South, and I have many folk down there that get me. Okay, but I can say it like this. Okay, you are the songwriter. And this is for between us. Okay, this is from me to you. And I'm hoping that it'll if you get into it, you'll So what are we doing here with that then? I could go break that open, unpack that song, and talk melody, right? And look at that. Okay, where the pitch changes are. Well, where are the pitch changes? Every chord change represents a pitch change. So that's where we are with that. Okay, the G to the D. Okay, we're going either up or down. Okay, and pitch, mind you, up or down is in pitch. Okay, it can be higher or lower. You can drop down to a lower D. All right, happens a lot. That should go down from there. Okay, but nonetheless, it's still a D. Okay, it's just a different voicing or a different place, a different shape on the guitar or the piano. You're going to do some, addition and subtraction, diminished or augmenting, and so forth and so on. But a D is a D is a D in the end. Okay, so that pitch change is not a G any longer. You've moved it to the D. Therein lies your melody has now taken off and begun. Then you go to the minor, right? The 6, and that kind of throws a little spin on things. And I love I love 6s and 2s. They're really popular. You can you'll hear a lot of those in a lot of songs. The 2 and the 3 minor. I love a 3 minor too. So you get that in this key. You get that on this record, I should say. Also, you get that on "You Win, Me Lose," where it goes from the it's in the key of G. It goes from the key the note the 1 to the minor 3rd, right? And then moves up to the 4, then the 5. So it's a 1, 2 minor, 3, or 1 3 minor. I'm sorry, 1 3 minor, 4 5. Right? That's the verse in the song, and I'm gonna have to play it to get you the the chorus and the bridge, but that's a sad song there, I can tell you. So there's some sad ones on here. So listen, if you ain't for the faint of heart, this record right here is not for the faint of heart. Okay, actually, I would tell you, if you've been through the struggle and the struggle is real, then you might appreciate this record even more so than others that don't understand what it's like to go through a breakup. those songs, both of those songs that I just named yesterday, the one I just played, and You When We Lose, are sad songs. Basically, essentially, the first one is or has to do with my second divorce. Tito, this is my second divorce or my 10th? I got you. No. I'm happily married and all as well. But the point is my second. Okay, the first one is attributed to my second, and then You When We Lose. It was tough, that's a tough song there. That you're going to need to, if you understand it, and then you've been through it, okay, to appreciate that song in full, I'd say you have to experience it. What Jimmy say, are you experienced? Okay. To really relate to anything, I think, honestly, in my opinion, if you're going to really relate to something, you can be told all about it, and you can be shown pictures and taught in classroom. But, what are they teaching in the classroom for? So you can get out and experience it, do it, get your hands dirty on it. And so, that's the deal. To appreciate sad songs really fully, I don't want that for anybody. Just saying, don't like it, and I won't be hurt at all. Matter of fact, I won't be hurt. What really, honestly, if you like any of these or not, I'm applauding you for just listening as you are, and hopefully some of this will make sense to you. You can write your own songs and like those, and that's really why I did this. Okay, melodically as well as rhythmically. And I'm really glad I did, because sometimes, you don't want to hear the same old songs that you've always heard your whole life, that I guarantee you the radio station is going to play, and they're going to introduce new songs. But why not write your own song? Why not write your own story out in the form of a song? So that's kind of where I sit with that. And in the process, you discover yourself in a different way, emboldened, and with that musical identity that you found through your genre, right? That's why I've liked that style of music, because this is why it reaches this part of me inside, and I like that backbeat. I like that upscale, groove, right? You like that funky, play that funky music, why, boy? Oh, come on, just come on, give me that. Yeah, there you go, you got it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can finish the song out, and there you are. Now you got that melody stuck in your head for the next 7 days until we meet again. Speaking of which, next week I do have an engagement. So what might happen is I'm gonna arrange a pre-recorded session and have that going. Since all you people I know you're all broken-hearted out there who are listening and following along with me right now. It's almost kind of this. So nonetheless, I will probably pre-record the next week's show and have that going. The main thing is I want you to know I want to be here the same bat time on the same bat channel. Now I don't know if I violate anything there or not, but bat, what I'm talking about, right? I got to get in my Batmobile and I got to head over to the other side of town. But nonetheless, same bat time and the same bat channel is what we'll be doing. I'm going to pre-record and have something going, because I want to be here from 1 to 3:15. When I made the commitment to do this, I was not only going to learn how to do this with you alongside me, but I was also going to get it done. And the commitment is it's testing some of my abilities, and some of my weaknesses and strengths. This stuff doesn't come to me as naturally as I wish it would. But you certainly realize, wow, what a fully criticize, right? Until you walk a mile in someone else's shoes, as they say, you just don't know. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not easy. You know, to get up in front of somebody. That's why I'm kind of really enjoying not being. The last time I did, I forgot the words to my own song. My guitar player, I think, had to pull up a recorder. I don't know, something like that. And here we are, stuck on the intro. That was the longest intro of any song I think I've ever heard in my life, because I couldn't remember the words to the first verse of my own song. Okay, go ahead. Get your laugh out. I mean, you can get your knife out and just shove it right in my heart. Go ahead. I don't care. It won't be the first time. I'm still pulling daggers out of my first marriage. The point being is that was a sad, and that's the last show I did, live until now, of course. Now, what? Where are we? We are here, Andrew Love Live. That's where you're at right now. If you're on the dial, I love that, on the dial. Oh man, is that great or what? Right, on the dial. So put your dial on Andrew Love Live, okay, on the digital dial, if you will. And join us from 1 to 3:15, because I'm committed to the process until I'm, whatever. I want to not only get this music out, get this out, okay, to you, to others, maybe who knows who. I think Nothing's Impossible is a world-class song that is for our world. And again, I didn't get to that, the melody of the anthem. And the melody of the anthem is a unique situation on that, because we were lying in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was, getting, something happens within my, I can't sleep a lot, and the creativity started, I guess, to flow in this particular instance, and I nudged and woke my wife up and said, I think I just got the ending. I got the ending to Nothing's Impossible. I got the ending to it. I got it. Okay, and I ran out there, just like I told you, because my recorder, I was going to let her sleep, and I had my recorder, and I just wanted to capture that concept, okay, of that part of the song. I knew it wasn't going to finish at the bridge. You can't finish. Where's the confounded bridge? Well, you found the bridge, but now what? You got to bring that song home. Okay? Not like yesterday where we left it unresolved. No, this one was coming home. We were bringing this one home. So I ran out there with the recorder. I captured a concept and the idea through recording the melody. Absolutely. Okay. Which, if you notice in that song, goes from the G. It goes from, I'm in the C, right? Now I go from the C back to the 1. Okay. Right. And then, so I'm going from the 4 to the 1 to the 6 to the 5, 4, 1, 6, 5. It's a C, G, E minor, D. Okay, if you're with me, if you're following, if you're tracking, all right? And that's how we close that song out. Now, actually, I think my producer might have slipped one in on me now. I don't know if he did this or not. But actually, on the anthem, he did do that. And, of course, that was the way to do that. But I think in the other transitions going in the chorus and the bridge was probably the E minor to the G. Nonetheless, at the end of that song, I had captured that song. At 3 a.m, I had woke up. I had awakened, let me put it that way, because we don't want to go woke, do we? I don't think so. Anyway, what I'm saying is I captured it. I got it. I got the idea. Wasn't just stuck in my head. I knew I was going to go back to sleep and forget it, right? Like you would, but you would get up. And now talking about this. You got your handy little phone with its a recorder app, and you're going to capture that concept or that idea, musical idea you have, and not just the melody, but the rhythm. Because I've captured more melodies and lost them overnight than I can tell you about. Okay, because you got to have that, capture that rhythm. But I captured it. I got it down there. The next morning I got up and I added it to the song. Okay, and it was just, I'm telling you, it's just what we need. Okay, that song says it. That anthem says it. If you had nothing but the anthem, you still got that. Okay, we can love, we can learn to love together. We can live, we can love, we can live in peace together. We can do anything. We can dare to dream together. We can be the change. We can change our world together. Okay, together. I told you, my wife changed my world when I met her. God allowed all that. Okay, and then, nothing was impossible. I knew that with God because of what, he brought me through and to. And, the point being is closed out on a strong drive. I'm telling you, Don just put the pedal to the metal on that beat, man. And I just go, I'll just tell you, just go onto the website, andrewlovemusic.com, and then click on the YouTube button. That'll take you to the video. And Sierra Harmon did harmonies on that. I'm not kidding. That's her name. Harmony. Not her name's Harmon, but she did great. I loved it. It was fantastic. And there it is, right there. There's the song. I love music. I love the art of music. It's an avenue for me. It's an outlet for me. And maybe it's something that you've been missing. Or maybe it's something that you've always wanted to do. Maybe chords and notes and you can play, but you just ain't never sat down and wrote that song out. Okay, and maybe this might be what the bump that you need, the push, to go ahead and take some time, make some time to get that song down, put that together, and I really, honestly, another reason I did it is I want to have something to leave. Listen, I'm not a wealthy guy. Okay, so, I wanted to leave something behind. Now, my kids, I can tell you probably right now, they don't listen to this and they won't listen to it. But I wanted to have this for my kids, and now I got 3 grandkids. Okay, so look, do it for the sake of I can't think. Where's my head? I get into these little areas where and again, when I say don't settle, I hate settling for the wrong word. Okay, but it's just the case these days. So anyhow, for their sake, I wanted them. Hey, guess what, Pop? He's got this record that he made. Did you ever know that? And who knows what they may end up. They may end up liking it. Now, everything would have to go, divert 180 to the. I don't know. I don't know where it's all going. Who knows where it's going these days? Oh, God knows, and I can't act like I know. But nonetheless, so I wanted this for posterity's sake. He said it. He got, it comes if you just wait for it. Just wait for it. Wait for it. It'll show up. Yes, but so posterity, sake, and I hope that this, along with the fact that I love them very much, they know that, and I try to show them every day in one way or another. But isn't that what we're doing? showing the love to our loved ones, our families, our friends, our fans, you, me, all of us. Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. That's the only thing we're going to take with us is a relationship, right? First one with God and then one with others. How's that look? Take a look at that, right? Yeah, but take a look at that. But anyhow, so that's it, right? I mean, where I was going, yeah, nobody knows, including me. Yeah, you can get this, and this is something that you might enjoy. Okay, and you'll get it for a steal. Now you ain't gonna be able to get it right away unless you call me up and give me a reason to order more CDs. And I'll call Pip McCaslin, I believe it is, and he'll, I'm sure, have these on record, and he'll be able to go ahead and print them, and get them copied up. But I do have the rights to some vinyl on this also. And so if you'd wanted a vinyl, which I think I might, I got the rights to it, but I don't have it. I'm probably going to get the vinyl because just to have a record like that, go on the wall of fame out there in our hallway. Yeah, you can pick that up. But in the meantime, until otherwise, just sneak on over to my channel on YouTube, or you can go to Facebook and hear what do we got over there? Now listen, there's a few of those over there on Facebook. I'm going to tell you, you can hear a number of songs that aren't even on this record yet, okay, that are probably going to go on the next one, okay, that I'm hoping to get with a good friend on, Buck Hammock is his name, and Buck, if you're out there and you're listening, I'm looking forward to it again, and we're gonna have some fun and try to put some music, together and see how that works out, right? Write some new stuff. Okay, look at the old stuff, and boy, I'll tell you, I'm excited for Buck to put his ear to it. What a musician, and I'm telling you, he is an outright just a nicest guy you're ever gonna meet. But he's also a heck of a musician, and I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, you can go there on Facebook, and you'll be looking under. You'll see these songs. You might see my I got a lot longer hair than I do now, and I'm under Solomon Love. Okay, so just for the record, just so you know, it was a transition, right? A long one, but God got me here, and I'm thankful. I have assumed. I am a man of many identities, okay, and I'm terrible impressionist, so don't get me started. But yes, he finally brought me home, and so you'll see a lot of songs on there which aren't on this record that are going to be probably on if we do what we're doing here on some of the upcoming, albums. I don't know what that looks like yet. We're going to take it day by day, but yeah. And then that's that. You got YouTube and Facebook, and I don't know. I mean, any platform out there. You can go to Andrew Jackson Love Music on SoundCloud, and pull up my page there, and you got all 12 of them for crying out. So you can go there and get them for free. All right. If you're listening today, you can go to Andrew Jackson Love Music on SoundCloud, and bam, there they are. Let me see that. Bam. Whoop. There it is. Okay, so there you go. Andrew Jackson Love Music on SoundCloud, and you can listen to Elisa Milner play the fiddle on the one I just played for you, and you'll hear and how intoxicating it is. It just takes your breath away. She does. Do that. And so we're coming up on 2:30. I'm going to probably just take a little breather here and give you a break, about a 5-minute break or so. And I'll probably punch in this. I noticed that I left. You're missing a lot of the best part of the melody on this one, boy. I tell you that. So you'll wanna hear it. Get this record just for that, or get over there to one of those. This is Me and My Issues, and trust me, I got plenty of issues, and it's just part of me that you have to take the good, the bad, and the ugly, and you know what? I love you anyway, okay, and love me anyway. But anyhow, here's Me and My Issues. This is we're working on this one. This one we're working it out. Yeah, actually, this is really kind of cool. You're going to hear this in the middle of the production process, or here toward the end of it, on this particular song. So we're going to tee this one up here.
Want to spend one too many, way too long.
Oh, okay. There you go.
More than enough, if any, has long been gone. And routed on down these days feels better than up and away. And it seems right now things are gonna be okay. But then there's me and my issues. They say a whole lot of misuse, that I'm all washed up and time has done passed me by. And then there's me and my issues that stand between me and you. I'm gonna have me one more drink and another try. And me and my rowdy old friends done routed on down. Home on the porch feels better than out of the town. Well, my 12-step walk with my self-help talk keeps saying it's a better way. One more meeting's gonna make everything okay. But then there's me and my issues. They say a whole lot of misuse, that I'm a whole washed up and time has done passed me by. And then there's me and my issues that stand between me and you. I'm gonna have me one more drink and another try. They say a whole lot of misuse, and I'm all washed up and time has done passed me by. And then there's me and my issues that stand between me and you. I'm gonna have me one more drink and another try. Said I'm gonna have me another round and a real good time.
That's in G. All right, we're back at you here, coming to you. A little Andrew Love Live. Just got finished playing one that we're in the middle of. You know, that's interesting. I never thought of it like that. I want to see something here. You guys, this is where we have fun with it, right? This is where you have fun with music. Okay, there's no. I don't know. Can you hear me better now? I can hear me better now. This is why I say make sure you're having fun with it. You're being real with it, right? And you're keeping it simple, right? Let's try something here. I'm going to see this here real quick. Let's see.
What has been one too many, for way too long. And more than enough, if any, has long been gone. Days feels better. And it seems right now things are gonna be okay. But then there's me and my issues. That I'm all washed up. Time has done passed me by.
I'm going to step on Lisa here. What a great little solo here. Be an unpardonable sin, actually. Outstanding. And I'll flat out.
They say a whole lot of
issues. Had them all washed up. Time to done pass me by. And then there's me and my issues. They stand between me and you. I'm gonna have one more drink and another try. Said I'm gonna have me another ride and a real good time. Oh yeah. How about that, huh? There you go. That's me and my issues. Yeah, that was back in the day. And I'll tell you, of course, I've got plenty to talk about, but plenty still. I got a lot of issues. But nonetheless, you know what? Hey, who don't? Don't lie to me. I know you. Yeah, okay. And if I don't, all I need to do is spend a little bit of time with you. And find out. That's the beauty of music, though, man. I mean, come on. Listen, you heard how I just played along, and of course, my lead is nothing compared to the solo or that melodic part that I was playing. Really, wasn't even a melody. It was just I was playing along a little lead pattern, a pentatonic scale of sorts. But that's the extent of my lead guitar. Yeah, thereabouts. But nonetheless, how fun is that, right? You can just jump in, okay? Jump into your own song. Well, Jerry, what you didn't hear was we added Jerry's guitar to it, and man, I'm telling you, he lights it up. So, and for that, you will have to go to, look, I'm not going to give it away. Just go to AndrewLoveMusic.com, okay, and you will find these. Well, you won't find them right away. Okay, so we're getting everything together with the website. It's coming along. I got to tell you, I'm impressed with the people I'm working through. I hear something. It's the heater in the building. I'm like, wait a minute, man. I apologize for that up front. I got to deal with that. Try to turn it down. But anyhow, we're just gonna get on to it. You gotta have fun with your music. Music, and if you're not having fun with it, then get rid of it. whatever the it is, get rid of it. If it's not adding to your life, that's the beauty of music, isn't it? That it adds to our lives. What about art? I mean, I'm no art connoisseur of sorts, but I can tell you, I just love looking at beautiful art. It just takes me away, man. And if I guess I got a number of escapisms, okay, whatever triggers, if you some would call. But I can tell you this, you know what? It's not only the music that helps me to get away from it all, but it also is the music that brings me home, okay? And it's the art that brings me back. Yeah, I can lose myself in a painting if it's one of these amazing paintings. They have great artists here on the island that I live on here, on Camano Island, and we bought a book of the artist's work of just one, I think one guy or a family of artists, seems to be in the blood or in the water that they drink. I don't know. But nonetheless, they are just portray the way they portray it, and the way they capture this island takes me right into it. I absolutely love our island here. Shaped in it's geographically in the shape of a seahorse, and we live right about where the ear would be on the right side if you were facing the seahorse, right where that right ear would be. Now, don't come here knocking on our door, because I tell you what, I'll kill you. I'm saying this to say, that's it. That's the absolute premise of what we're talking about here. How they capture the beauty and the different nostalgias of moods and oh my goodness, of this island in art on canvas with paint. It's just beautiful, man. And then you who have not written a single song yet, but it's inside you and you're looking to do it, okay? All right? Well, guess what? Yeah, you're an artist. You're a musical artist, and you're about to write your first song. It's been in you for so long. There you go. There's your lyric right there. I'm about to write my first song. It's been in me for so long. It's time to get it out, and all I can do is shout. Woo! Well, you know what? Hey, let's have a revival. I'll tell you what. I got some great friends down in the South now, and I'll tell you, my me and Sister Jones. Okay, I didn't say Mrs. Jones. Don't get it. Oh my goodness. Well, if my family's listening to this, they're gonna shout me down. But I'll tell you, Sister Jones can shout you down now. She could get on down. Now, I mean, listen, you want to talk about a church that gets down? My mama's church and my sisters love they still go to the same church that I grew up in down there. They get down. They ain't no two ways about it. Black, white, they don't care what color you are. Come as you are. You know what? They get on down. They let God move around in that church now, and I'm going to tell you, for all that it's worth, Sister Jones now, nobody could hang with Sister Jones. Woo! Man, oh man, Vincent Jones was her son. I grew up with him. But Sister Jones was something else, okay? A sight to behold. And I'm glad I was blessed enough to be there to do that. And I don't call that, luck or any kind of that. I was just happy to be there. I said it, and I meant it. I'm glad I was blessed. Don't confuse that. Not with me. To be there, okay? Sister Jones got down. And she got down with God, too. That's the thing. She got down with the Spirit of God. And the God, I'm telling you, God just had his way over there. Oh, my goodness. You sure don't see that anymore, but I'll tell you what. Anyhow, where was I going with that? How did I stumble upon me and Sister Jones? Not to be the Miss. I'm not talking about Mrs. Jones. Okay. Ain't no Mrs. Jones right now in my life. Okay. Anywho, I digress. Boy, do I digress. Where was I going with that? Maybe somebody can chat me up and let me know. I'm looking at my chat board here to see if anybody's chatting. Let's see. Nope, I can see that it's me, myself, and I. Okay. Well, it'll come. Build it, and they will come. That's right. So it'll come. I'm just trying to just trying to get the word out. Okay, to you and to whoever. It's you can write a song. Okay, it's not that hard. Okay, if you're learning how to play a piano and you know 3 chords, okay, and you know 2 chords, you've now developed melody. 2 chords. And I'm going to tell you about that. Yesterday was the 27th of January. Okay, and on the 27th of January, all right, 1944, I want to say. It's the 80th anniversary of the liberation of the Jewish people from Auschwitz. I'm just going to take a second because it's all I can do. I'm going to take a second of silence here. I'm sorry, but emotional. Well, so at the end of the commemoration, they had all kinds of delegations. They had a tent set up someplace. I'm not sure where it was. And but what was most striking was they had the survivors of the Holocaust, the survivors of Auschwitz, there. And there were a number of them, but a handful. And they came up with a candle that was lit. And they walked up the center aisle of the 2 sections of seats and people, and it was a crowded room. And they came up and they walked up, escorted by someone to help them, because most often, well, they were all older. There were a few that I'm sure, that didn't want the escort. They were fine, and they wanted to do this on their own. But it was in a very, very, the gravity of the room was the emotional aspect was just, and they were playing a song, and I don't know what song it was, and I'd like to know, so I'll probably end up looking into that. But basically, it was a strings. It was a synthesized string, like a quartet, okay, violin, cello, bass, a couple of violins perhaps. They also had within that, though, they also had some clarinets, a clarinet quartet. There were 3 clarinets, and a bass clarinet that were playing at different times, but this was its own time. I don't want to get away from this. And these survivors would walk up with these lit candles, and they would place them on the table that was before them at the front of the building, and then they would walk to the right and then alternate to the left and to the right. And, you know, of course, who can possibly imagine? Possibly imagine what was going through their minds and their hearts, their souls, as they were placing that candle on the table. Well, it came down to the last survivor, and she was an older woman, a beautiful lady, and she had an escort with her, and she couldn't. I don't believe it. It appeared to me that she could not let go. She did not want to let go of the candle. She didn't want to put it on the table, but she eventually did put it on the table, and then she just rested her head slightly to her right on the chest of the escort that she had with her, and began crying, weeping. And words will never come close. Words will never come close to capturing this moment of time and all eternity. But the music captured it. Those strings, what they were playing was a beautiful string quartet that played two notes. This was the melody, and then it had I think a step down, okay, and it came down to, you know, walked it down. Obviously, it was going to be a minor key of some. So I couldn't. My ear's not as good as it used to be in calling out the keys, but signatures and so forth. But this was a very. It just turned it around and went right back into the two notes. You know, two notes, the two-note melody. My point in this is if you can play two notes that sound good to you, well, you're already on your way. You like the way that note connects to that note? Chances are they're probably in the same key, and it might be the beginning of a beautiful adventure for you. So writing your song, telling your look at the story. You know, look at their story. The situation I just described to you. You can't possibly look at that without setting everything else in this world aside, because you'll never catch it. You'll never get it. That's where music comes in, though. It helps us to get it. You know, all things music. Andrew Love Live. Thank you for joining us today, for joining me today. And Tito over here, he's being quiet now. He's doing all right. But, you know, here again, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for being, well, I'm not going to go there because I didn't write that. And so, a friend, though. Hey, you know what? Thanks for being my friend. Thank you for being a friend, okay? And thank you for being a brother and a family member and a fan. If you don't want to be my friend, be a fan. There you go. There's a song for us, right? Back on the happy note. We just shifted, okay, turning our minds. This is great stuff. I can't get into it right now. But we're turning our minds from the minor key to the major key, right? And we're going to jump over into the happy me, right? The major key, the happy me. I'm giving you all this for free. You ought to be writing it down. You ought to be writing it down. And you know what? Just you know, kickbacks are always fine. We don't turn down those $1 million donations when you make that off your song. So this led you to the idea that's going to bring you all the way home to that farm in Nashville, which I'm looking forward to at some point I still want that farm in Nashville. A beautiful place, fun, but nonetheless, yeah. Don't forget the little people, right? The little green men. Here we are. YMCA. I don't know. I don't know what brought me there. The little green men coming out of those drones. There's something to write about. What, why not talk about that for a minute? If we're talking about it, it's 3:00 almost. What am I going to write about? Well, we know you have your story. That's where I'd begin. What's your life story? You know what? And I'll tell you something. If you're not a musician, but you're just dying to tell your story in a musical way, find a musician. Find somebody. I'm sure you're somebody in your world, even as we speak. I forget who used to say it. But even as we speak, I'm sure there's somebody in your world who can put that put music to that. Okay? You don't have to be a musician to tell your story, and you want to sing your song. Okay? You don't have to be a musician to get your story told musically. There's enough of us around who would take great pleasure in telling your story. And I'll tell you, one of my goals and one of my dreams has always been to do a musical. I actually did a music. I wrote the segments, the musical portions for a musical years and years ago. And I've forgotten most of it, if not all of it, by now. Strange stuff, man. Music is weird. Music is great, but it's also tricky and it's weird. Conceptually, man. How do you get your mind around the whole concept of music? That's why let's keep it simple and just talk about songwriting right now. What a great way to break into this idea of going live and getting the local music out there and getting new songs commissioned and written. And commissioned is a word I just threw in there too. You don't use commissioned when you're talking about writing songs. Yeah, okay. Just don't with me anyway, because it's too much. I can't handle it. Commission. I've heard enough of that. Derek Commission. I don't know, but the point is music can be as much or as big or as grand or as extensive, as complicated, or as simple as you want to make it. Right? That's right. And songwriting is the essential element of everything when it comes down to it. Without it, we have nothing musically. Yeah, right. When you say, without a song, you got nothing, right? Musically, you got all the Bach and Beethoven and all that, the Mozarts and so forth, and I'll tell you something. Talk about geniuses and wackos. Yeah. Okay. Almost as crazy as me, but nonetheless, what I'm saying here to you is you got geniuses out there writing genius type of theoretical compositions that'll blow the world's mind, but you also have songs with 2 chords, okay, that woo the heart of anyone who listens and hears. Listens to the story and hears the chords, hears the music. It's beautiful to think about. The simplicity, yet the complexity of music goes beyond words, honestly. It can capture the moment where words will never. Yep. And that's what you're doing. That's what we're doing here, right? We are trying to capture the moment. Capture your moments. It's like taking a digital or a musical photograph, right, of your life. of a portion of your life. Okay, what you want to write about getting married? Okay, do it. I wrote a song. There's a song on this CD called "I Do." Okay, and I ran up and I wrote that song when she asked me to marry her. I ran up and I wrote that song, nervous as could be, because I knew I was going to say yes. And I ran up to the studio and wrote that song. Hello. What just happened? Are we there? Well, that was interesting. Nonetheless, I ran up, with this nervous energy, and I put that song together. I Do. It's a song that you'll find on the record here. Okay, on the record of Andrew Love. This is Love. Okay, and eventually, that's just what happened. I ran up with nervous energy and wrote that song and put it down. Okay, key A. All right. Some great music to get in that song. Great solos. The song. Here's the thing about it is, what happens if you don't? Okay, listen. There's 2 solos on this song right here that I'll tell you something. I think Jerry just knocks it out of the park, and so does Lisa. These are solos and these are songs that we wouldn't have today had I not gone up there, okay, and just followed my heart and wrote down what I felt. They wouldn't be here today. Now, okay, I'm thinking about, what is it? The guy that was just recently passed. I'm gonna have to do this while I'm talking to you here, but just think about what we wouldn't have if some of these artists who've done come and gone right before us, and again here we are standing on their shoulders, as we write songs and we put songs out there. Indeed, the people that are still here with us, right? I mean, you're talking about, we don't have to, wait to honor them until they're 6 feet under, until they've passed, right? We as songwriters, you know what? We can honor them while they're here and now. I'm looking for a certain somebody that I need to find, because don't settle, right? Okay. I just want to say this. We just lost a member of the band. Excuse me while I move the mic around a little bit here. Garth Hudson, okay? Up on Cripple Creek, come on, man. I mean, come on. Let's just give it up for Garth Hudson, right? I mean, 1937 to January 21st, August 2nd, 1937 to January 31st, or 21st, just recently here, 2025. He's a Canadian, multi-instrumentalist, best known as the keyboardist and occasional saxophonist. Now get your mind around that, for the band, okay, and many other I'm sure works he did. All right, but listen, I mean, I don't know about you, but I loved it. I love singing the band's music, and they had many songs. And then he was an accomplished musician who had a whole life of of music, right? An accomplished musician, by the way, not just I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I heard that he was inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, in '94. Principal architect for the band sound, for that, the most brilliant organist in the rock world. Okay, keyboard musician. Okay, so last living member of the band called The Band was the name. So this guy, but I say that to say there's a whole history. There's a whole history that you can do a biography on, this kind of discography and so forth. My point behind it is that what if he wouldn't have followed his, you know, his calling, if you will, followed his his gift. If he didn't sit down and write that first note to that first song and take it and you know, when he got stumped, and you will get stumped, okay, when ideas stop flowing, or when, you know, it's okay, when it feels like, you know what, all for naught, and you just want to just throw it all away. That's very possible and probable if you stick with it long enough and you're young enough, I can tell you that. Or not. But the point I'm making is you know what, he's an example as somebody who persevered through all that. I guarantee you, you know, there were points in times in his musical songwriting career where he had to pause for effect and wait for the right words to come. And so melody is that tricky little, you know, devil there that's going, you know, in a sheep's clothing, right? The wolf in sheep's clothing. And she is a wolf in sheep's clothing, you know, but she'll take you only so far, and then she's going to let you do it. Now, I always say this, you know, songs essentially, once you get going with them, they basically will, if you follow them along, songs can write themselves out, and I have had that happen many here. I just let the song write itself. But then you know what happens? The melody pulls a weird, you know, 90-degree left, you know, on me. And I'm stuck, I'm left with no melody, no lyric, okay? And it typically happens for me in the lyric, okay? Or where do I go to make this song happen, you know, musically? Where am I gonna, no, I don't like necessarily, you know, changing keys. I don't like doing all that. You know, I like staying where I'm at. I like close to home. Okay, but so musically, you know, I try to keep it right within, you know, staying in my lane here. Okay, sometimes I do get out of the lane. Sometimes, most of the time, by mistake. If you've heard me play. But nonetheless, we have a great time when we do. The point I'm making now, though, is melody will trick you. She'll take you for a ride, okay? And you're just writing. Man, this is great. This is so easy. I can't believe it. And then all of a sudden, you know, well, wait a minute now. I'm going back and I'm editing and I'm looking at it and I'm going, this is something's not lining up here. Rhythmically. That's what we're talking about, right? We're not talking about a poem. We're talking about a song. Now, poems can become songs, and you know, you can start with nothing but a full sheet of lyrics and a poem as a poem. I'm sure I've done that and do that. I'm enjoying that right now. The point being is how am I going to make that work rhythmically? How am I going to make that lyric work rhythmically? Nope, that ain't gonna work. Nope, that ain't gonna work. And there's your issue. There's your trouble as the band, the Dixie Chick band. There's your trouble. Well, it's not, you know, everybody's got their own. But I can tell you this, if you think you're gonna get out of it alive, well, none of us are getting out of here alive anyhow. You know that, right? But I'm saying, if you think you're getting out of a song as some kind of a, you know, if you write songs long enough, you're gonna hit your head against the wall, and you're gonna have to wait for it. Okay, be patient. Don't settle. Don't settle on the bad or the wrong. The lyric that you settled on, basically. It's always going to be that, too. It's never going to be anything but that. Okay? I'm telling you now. Okay? I just sang you yesterday, and that last line in there, in that second verse, I think it is. I told you, I wrote it 5 minutes away from my producer's house to record the song. I had no choice but to go with it. So I'm stuck, and it's in the back of my head, right? Okay. Did I settle on that, or did it? Was I rescued in the last 2 miles from my producer's house? Okay. Who knows? You're gonna have to. The listener's gonna have to be the one to decide that. Okay. But you don't want to. I took 5 years. It took me 5 years to get to that line. A line that I finished writing in 5 minutes before I got to my producer's house to record this and the final version of the song. Okay, so don't settle on just anything. Wait for it. Be patient. It'll come. And it may come at 3 a.m. lying in bed. Okay, and you better have your recorder handy. And I'll tell you, there's nothing better. There's nothing better when you're a songwriter and you don't settle, okay? You don't settle. And that lyric does come to you eventually. It's like, I can do this thing. This is great. Hey, you just, kick your heels up. Look at me now. How you like me? How you like me now, right? That kind of thing. So, yeah, don't settle. Keep it simple, okay? Keep it real, the melody. I'm talking about the melody, your chord progressions on your keyboard, on your guitar, in your vocal arrangement. Okay, keep it simple. But again, going back to that, whatever you're writing, you could be writing a full-on musical, which I'm looking forward to doing still. My point is keep it simple, keep it real, and if you're not having fun, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, do you know what you're doing? That's the question. If you're not, big F-U-N there, if you're not enjoying it, I meant to play that. There's a song that we opened every set with here. It's a good time. Why don't I leave with it? It's about that time. So let me see if I can figure it. Remember this one, and I'll close us out on it. And listen. It's been a pleasure today. Today is our third week in Andrew Love Live, All Things Music, and we're covering songwriting. I'm going to close out today with a song that I wrote that's not on anything yet. Basically, we're still going to work. We opened every show with this song, though. Every set, actually, of every show. That's the honest to God truth. So, I don't know. Let's see what we can do here. Goes a little bit. Listen, by the way, I want to thank you guys for listening. I love you all, and I'm looking forward to more of the same, basically. Yeah, so if you don't like it now, you're probably not going to like me much later, because I'm not going to switch much. Let's get down a little bit here. This song is called Good Time, okay? And it's just a little song, just a little riff. Okay, really, honestly, there's nothing to this. 3 chords. Yeah, 3 chords. Well, hang on a minute here. Let me just tap that and apologize. So anyway, Tito, you're slacking over there. You need to get hold of these phone calls before they get to me. Anyhow, this is called Good Time, so. It's a good time to have a good time. It's a good time to have a good time. All the birds are singing, bells are ringing. It's a good time to have a good time. Come on. It's a good time to sing a new song. It's a good time to sing a new song. All the love you've been living got my heart just a living. It's a good time Singing a song I got love in my pocket, taking off like a rocket, feeling so good. Never gonna stop, and it's a good time. Have a good time, come on, a good time. Have a good time, yeah. So it's a good time. Have a good time, it's a good time. Have a good time. All the love you been bringing got my heart just a singing. It's a good time. Have a good time. I got love in my pocket, taking off like a rocket, feeling so good. Never gonna stop, and it's a good time. Have a good time. Come on, a good time. Have a good time, yeah. Thank you very much, everybody, for sticking around, and I hope you have a good time the rest of this day, as well as you will on your journey of picking up your new adventure of songwriting. And I appreciate you joining in and allowing us to be a part of that journey. Don't hesitate to chat me up or text back. Text our number here. I don't know if it shows on there or not, but yeah, you can always reach us at, I'm going to give you this 206-305-6065, okay? And that'll get through, and we'll get back to you if you have any questions or you need help with a line, a lyric, or a chord progression, okay? We'll work on it together, okay? Because why? We can change our world together, right? I'm going to leave you with a song. And in the meantime, God bless until next Tuesday. All right, bye for now. I'm going to try to leave you with a song. Let's see how that works. Okay. I think the one we started with is good. Let's try it. There we go. All right, I'm out. Y'all have fun. That was a trip.
I want to live a life, not for another second. Want to spread my wings and learn to fly. May fall and live to regret it, but there's a light in the far horizon, shining brighter with every day. Gonna do what some say can't be done, gonna give it all away. So brings me to you, took a long time for me to get. Brings me to you, I'm feeling stronger with every minute. You're the better part of me that keeps me hanging on. Don't know where I'm gonna be, but I'll be right where you are. So it brings me to you. It's what brings me to you. I no longer want to live alone, not for another man. You made my life worth living. Living's better with you in it. And there's a light in the far horizon, shining brighter with every day. Gonna do what some say can't be done, I'm gonna give it all away. So it brings me to you. Took a long time for me to get. Brings me to you. I'm feeling stronger with every minute. You're the better part of me that keeps me hanging on. Don't know where I'm gonna be, but I'll be right where you are. It's the way you do, the things you do, makes me wanna say that we'll get through, both me and you, whatever comes our way.